Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's the RC Genius. Welcome to part 2 of this rebuilding series of my Tamiya RC car. This is the main chassis that we will be working on today. What we're going to do, if you have not seen part 1, please go check out part 1 where we rebuilt the front end of the car. And I still need a few more votes for what color springs. I've gotten 1 vote for yellow and 1 vote for white. So I do need a few more votes to decide which springs I'm going to be using, but we have until the end of the build series to really determine that. So what we're going to be doing in this part is we're going to be putting rear shocks on the buggy. I am going to replace that one just because that one's a little bit older. And also I need to put this one on, so why not put another one on the other side. So I'm going to replace them 2 shocks. We're also going to mount the front end of the car to the rest of it. And if we have time and the video is not too long, if it's not like over 10 minutes, because last time it took me almost a whole day to upload that 21-minute part 1. If we have enough time, we will do mounting this servo. If we don't have time, that'll be in part 3, as well as mounting possibly a motor, or depending on how long a servo takes, we'll just set up all the steering. So, let's dig into part 2 of rebuilding this car. Now, the shocks are not as easy as it looks because the screws actually have to be screwed in to this side right here. And the light is not great. There we go. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, is I'm going to have to take off this A-arm in the rear. Leave me in the comments below if you have seen part 1 already. I know there's a few of you who have. If you have seen part 1 and this is the second part for you, please tell me what you think of this build series so far, and tell me how you like it, because I like to hear the feedback. I know there's a couple people who already do like it, and I'm liking it too, so let me know what you guys think. Alright, so I just took this off. This is the rear A-arm. Now I already have the hex fitting on there for the wheels, which I don't have yet, because I don't know what I'm going to put. And I think I'm actually going to need some screws. So, let's get some screws. I might have to actually stop this series for a little bit, depending on if I run out of screws and nuts. I might have to run to my hobby store, and I don't know when the next time I can do that is. So we'll have to hope that I don't run out, and I can improvise with a few things, but unfortunately I might have to do that, but hopefully not for a while. So, and plus there's still things that I can do on my channel. I'm not going to stop uploading other videos. This project is not going to take over my entire channel. I'm going to have other stuff. I've got some cool things planned for the future. So, maybe even getting a new RC for the summer. I don't know. Hopefully. Alright, so we're just going to screw that in. Now we have the shock mounted on the bottom. I'm going to stick the A-arm back in there, put our long screw back in here. There we go. And just screw that right back in there. Oops, and I forgot the axle. Of course I did. It was too easy. Never do it once. You always have to take it apart and do it again. I hate it when that happens, especially when you're working on something like a transmission and there's like 10 screws you have to remove just to open up the transmission box, and you have to screw it all back together, and then once it's back in, you realize that you forgot to put a gear in or something. I hate it when that happens, because it has happened to me before. And I don't appreciate when that happens. Alright, we will set that axle right back in there. This old Tamiya axle system is not my favorite, but there's not much I can do about that. I'm kind of just adding things on. I'm trying to keep it a little bit original because it is still a good transmission. There's still the spur gear that's in there. That's still in good condition. It's not stripped at all. It's actually already even lubed up. It's got enough grease in there. So it's actually, everything should be in good condition in there. Alright, now, let's see. We'll probably need a nut for this part. So now we mount the shock on the edge, and watch, I bet that this screw is too short. Maybe I don't need a nut. No, maybe I don't. Never mind. I hope. It's gonna go right through. That one right through. Yep. Alright, so now we need a washer. Let's grab a washer. Got a couple washers that I think should work. I hope. Yep, they'll work. They're a little bit big, but that's not an issue. Alright. And you guys also might be wondering where I get the parts for this project. And I get, oh, come on. Yeah, that's what I figured. So what happened here just now is this screw is a little bit too small, both in width and in length, so it doesn't stick out on the other end that I could fit a nut on it, and it's also not wide enough that it gets a grip in here. So I'm actually going to try and use a bigger screw here that I had on backup purposes. See if that bites in there. I think it is. Did it work? Yeah, that worked. Alright. Number 2. Alright, so we're gonna pop this other one off. Use my pliers to get this screw out. There we go. And now we can take this screw off. So guys, this is going to be Tuesday's video. I'm sorry if this video's up later than some of my other videos. I usually try to post before noon on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This video might be up later, I don't know. I'm filming this at, I don't know, it's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday. And so I don't know when this video will be up, but hopefully regular time. Because it takes a while to upload these videos. The video that I did last week was part 1 of this build series, which was about 20 minutes, I think 21 minutes actually. It took almost all day to upload. So you guys didn't know because I uploaded on a random day. But I'm telling you now that actually took an entire day to upload. And I hope this video doesn't get that long or doesn't take that long. Right. Axle. Hang on. Where's that long screw? Here. There we go. Also, by the way, the YouTuber who gave me the name, the YouTuber that gave me the name for this build series, his YouTube channel name is Thor's Chosen One. I know you're watching this right now, and I just wanted to say thank you for the shout out in your video. I saw that. I don't know if you got my comment, but I did leave a comment on that, and I wanted to thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that, and I didn't know if you got that comment or not, and I know you're watching this, so I figured why not just tell you thank you for that. And there we go. Alright, so now rear shocks are in. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, now we're going to do the part that's going to make this vehicle look more like a car, which is we're going to mount this front end on here. So I'm going to put this screw right through here. Now I've not set up any steering on this car yet, just built the front end and shocks and all that stuff. So I have not yet set up any steering, no electronics in the car whatsoever. So that will be in a future part of this build series, which I'm very excited for. Whoa. Because when I put electronics in this thing, we're basically giving it a heart, giving it a brain. It'll be alive once we put electronics in this thing. And what that means is, when we do that, it's going to be almost done. So I'm pretty excited for that, except I don't know when I will have tires or wheels, because I don't know what I'm going to use for that. So if you guys have any suggestions of what tires and wheels I can use, please let me know what you think would be good for this. Alright, there's one screw in there. Now let's get the other one. Where is it here? Okay, I hope might have to actually drill. Yeah, this screw is kind of big for this hole, so I'm actually going to grab my drill, make a little pilot hole so that way we don't crack the plastic. Alright, got a drill bit, hang on, gotta put it into the drill. There we go. Alright, now we're going to hope to do this right. I don't typically like to use electric tools on my RCs, but sometimes when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's necessary, because it's more important that you don't crack the plastic by putting a screw that's too big into the hole. Way too important not to do that. You don't want to do that, so I always make sure that the holes are big enough, and I'm kind of scared to go any further. I think I gotta drill a little bit more, unfortunately. I'm going to go a little bit wider, because I don't want to mess that up. Otherwise, the project's over. So, we don't want that. Alright. That should be good, I hope. Yep, that feels good. Okay. And there we go, everyone. I've attached the front of the vehicle, and I think it actually works. I think so. That does not look that bad, actually. I didn't have, I don't know why, but I didn't know how well this project was going to turn out. Now, I've not put any electronics into it, and I don't know how strong the chassis is going to be with jumping it and driving it fast. But so far, so good. Knock on wood. Do I have wood? Yes. Knock on wood. Yeah, guys, that looks pretty good. Now, here's my only thing that I might have to go back and do again, which is I might put some rear camber links in the front, because since the front is pretty wide, I'm noticing that the caster blocks are kind of pitched this way, and I don't want the wheels to pitch outwards, so I might change that up. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. But that's not too bad. It's nice and sturdy too. And we'll also see what we can do about maybe getting a front bumper in it. I don't know what we'll do. It's a little bit too narrow, I think. I don't think I could get a... No, I couldn't put one of these bumpers on it. And I don't know if I would want one of those bumpers on it. I don't think that looks too good. Actually, the slash bumper, where did I put that? Up here. The slash bumper didn't look too bad on it, and it fit perfectly as well. So I might put the slash bumper back on. I might. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so what are we at? We're probably about 10, 11, 12 minutes. Alright, so probably got enough time. I can set up the servo. So how are we going to want to do this? We'll put it like this. And we will use these screws. I think I've only got 3 screw holes that I can mount this in, but that should be enough. If we can get that in there. There we go. And put a nut on the end. Just like so. Alright. Now we want to hold that there while we screw this in. Not really paying attention to what the camera angle looks like, but you guys can see it. Is it working? Yeah, it is. Sweet. Alright, there's one screw, and we still have one over here. Now I do actually have a transmission box, or not a transmission, a receiver box set up in here, but it's kind of in the way right now for me, so I'm going to try and yank it out if I can. There we go. Move it out of the way because I don't want that to interfere with the servo right now. We're not quite at the receiver yet. I do have nuts on the end here. You can't see that, but I do have nuts on the bottom here, so that way my servo is nicely mounted in here. It'll be nice and strong. And hopefully we'll be able to handle like 30, 40 mile an hour driving speeds, we'll hope. So, should be all good. I don't even know if this, I think it is working. Okay, and we have a crooked servo. Why is that? Okay, don't know why I have a crooked servo on here. Don't know. You see the servo? It's crooked. Why? Why do I have to do this? I don't want a crooked servo. I bet it's probably that right there. Okay. I'm going to turn off the camera, and if it's mounted, I will come right back. Got it. That's a lot better right there. And there it is on the bottom. side. Got some bolts, and there's the servo. That's where I'll put the servo saver or servo horn. So yeah, so I think this servo should work. It's actually a used one that I found in the shop. It's a 2056 part number servo. The one that I showed in my first part of this build series was the 2075, but this one should work. I am going to wrap up this part 2 of this build series. I'm really happy that I got the front end to work. Looks like this project's going pretty good so far. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it. If you haven't seen part 1, go check that out. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment down below anything you'd like. And also, I do need some more votes for what color springs I should put on the car. But we have still a little bit of time. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time on the RC Genius.